everyone. We have talked about basics of motion in a straight line like velocity, displacement, distances and acceleration. Now a topic related to the motion in the straight line is the free fall or acceleration under the force of gravity. So what is free fall? Here you are seeing in the picture that a body is falling freely under the force of gravity. The free fall. Here you are seeing in the picture that feather and an apple. Think कौन पहले ground पे गिरेगा? Object accelerates downward at certain constant rate. It means as time goes, its velocity changes, but the acceleration remains constant. This acceleration of an object is moving under the force of gravity towards the ground is independent of the characteristics like mass, density, शेप. सो व्हाट विल बी द आंसर फॉर दिस? कौन पहले जमीन पे गिरेगा, एप्पल या फेदर? दोनों साथ में जमीन पे गिरेंगे. द एक्सेलरेशन इज इंडिपेंडेंट ऑफ मास, डेंसिटी एंड shape of the object. It is moving under the constant rate and this constant rate is the acceleration due to gravity and its value is 9.8 meter per second square or 10 meter per second square. At sea level we can say that everywhere its value is same, which is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. But when we go under the earth, value of g changes and the sign of acceleration due to gravity is arbitrary. If a body is moving upward or downward, it doesn't mean, but the sign is, so we can take any sign, positive or negative, for the value of g for our convenience. But most of the time value of g is taken as negative or minus 9.8 meter per second, means by our Cartesian system, in our Cartesian plane we have the values. If a body is moving downward, so it means it is moving along the negative direction, so we take it as negative, but the value is arbitrary and we can take it as our convenience. Now some numerical problem. If a stone falls from a top of the tower and traverses a distance of 24.5 meter in the last second of its fall, find the height of the tower. From this question we have some points that a stone is falling from the tower, it is freely falling, there is no other forces acting on except the force of gravity. It is traversing a distance of 24.5 meter and we have last second of its fall. We have to find the height of the tower. Because it is a free fall of the body, it means its initial velocity will be 0. If a force is exerting on a body, it means there will be an acceleration and this acceleration is here, the acceleration due to gravity, and which is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. If a stone is falling from a tower, it takes n second to reach the ground. Then and we have a distance traveled is 24.5 meter, it is given from the question, and for the nth second we have the formula that u plus g by 2 2n minus 1. Okay, when we talk about the distances at the nth second of the motion, we have a formula or the equation of motion for this. It is u plus g by 2 2n minus 1, where n is the nth second. On putting the values of s and u and a, which is equal to z, we get the value is n 3 seconds. So what will be the height of the tower? If we have time, how can we find height of the tower? We can use our equation of motion that h is equals to ut plus half gt square, because we have u and t is given and g is given, so we can easily find height of the tower. On putting the values on this equation, we get 0 into 3 plus half into 9.8 into 3 square. We get the value of h is 44.1 meter is the height of that tower. Now, and another concept we have, relative velocity. In our first lecture on this motion in a straight line, we have talked about what is the definition of rest. If we are saying that everything is moving with respect to one another, we have defined the position rest. Okay, so when two bodies are moving, that velocity considered is the relative velocity. Here you are seeing in the picture that both the objects are moving, the velocity between these are relative velocities. How can we define this relative motion? If you are seeing in the picture that two cars are moving from a certain point, but the speed of car A is 60 km per hour, speed of second car is 90 km per hour. So what will be the relative velocity? अगर आप सोचते हैं एक कार 60 किलोमीटर पर आवर की स्पीड से चल रही है और दूसरी कार 90 किलोमीटर पर आवर की स्पीड से चल रही है, तो अगर दोनों सेम पोजीशन में है किसी टाइम पर और एक घंटे बाद हम देखेंगे कार बी है वो 90 किलोमीटर चल गई और जो कार ए है वो 60 किलोमीटर चलेगी. अगर कोई ड्राइवर कार बी में बैठा हुआ है तो उसको स्पीड कितनी नजर आई? दिस इज द रिलेटिव वेलोसिटी. इफ बोथ द कार्स आर मूविंग, ड्राइवर इज सिटिंग ऑन दिस कार बी, सीज दैट हिज वेलोसिटी इज 30 किलोमीटर पर आवर with respect to car A. This is the velocity or the relative velocity of B with respect to A. लेकिन अगर कोई ऑब्जर्वर ग्राउंड पे खड़ा है, देखता है दोनों की स्पीड को वेलोसिटी क्या लगेगी B की. He thinks that the velocity of B will be, it is 90 किलोमीटर पर आवर. ग्राउंड इज नॉट मूविंग बिकॉज वेलोसिटी ऑफ ग्राउंड इज 0. अगर हम मानते हैं कि वेलोसिटी ऑफ ग्राउंड 0 नहीं भी है, लेकिन हम उसे 0 ले सकते हैं क्योंकि हम भी ग्राउंड के ऊपर खड़े हैं. ग्राउंड मूव कर रहा है, इट मीन्स अगर ग्राउंड 30 किलोमीटर पर आवर की स्पीड से मूव कर रहा है, सो इट मीन्स अगर हम खड़े हैं तो हम भी 30 किलोमीटर पर आवर की स्पीड से मूव कर रहे हैं. सो इट मीन्स द वेलोसिटी ऑफ the observer with respect to ground will be 0 because the observer VO minus VG will be 0 क्योंकि दोनों की velocity जो है same है. So here we can take at the velocity of ground is 0. So what will be the velocity of B with respect to ground? If B is moving with respect to ground with the speed 90 km per hour, relative velocity of B with respect to ground which is 90 किलोमीटर पर आवर. लेकिन अगर कोई पैसेंजर अगर कार की बैक सीट पर बैठा हो तो उसकी वेलोसिटी क्या होगी इस कार के रिस्पेक्ट में, क्योंकि पोजीशन जो है कार के रिस्पेक्ट में चेंज नहीं हो रही है, कार मूव कर रही है, तो इट मीन्स कार की वेलोसिटी 90 किलोमीटर पर आवर है. वी आर नॉट मूविंग विद रिस्पेक्ट टू दिस, सो इट मीन्स द वेलोसिटी ऑफ बी विद रिस्पेक्ट टू सी इज 0. ओके, बैक सीट में जो पर्सन बैठा हुआ है और जो पैसेंजर बैठा हुआ है उसको वेलोसिटी क्या लगेगी 0. ओके, क्योंकि उसकी वेलोसिटी और उसकी पोजीशन जो है वो चेंज नहीं हो रही है. दिस इज द बेसिक आइडिया रिलेटेड टू वेलोसिटी बिकॉज एवरी वेलोसिटी इज रिलेटेड एंड दिस if the velocity is taken and velocity is taken with respect to ground is taken as the absolute velocity. So in the universe every velocity or everything is moving with respect to one another, so it means every velocity is relative. So how to find the relative velocity? If two objects are moving along a straight line in the same direction, so what will be the velocity of A with respect to B? It is given by VA minus VB. But when two objects are moving along a straight line in opposite direction, velocity of A with respect to B is given by VA minus B, which gives VA plus VB. Here we will use this formula for numericals. Now numerical problem. We have a question that the distance between two towns M and N is 400 km. If we have two towns and their distance is 400 km, two cars A and B are moving from towns M and N towards each other simultaneously. दो कार जो है वो एक साथ टाउन M और टाउन N से मूव कर रही है एक दूसरे की ओर. सो द कार A from M travels at the speed of 60 km per hour. The speed of car A is 60 km per hour and the speed of car B is 40 km per hour. So we have to find the point where they will meet and the time that will elapse before they meet. So we have given in the question that the velocity of A is 60 km per hour and the velocity of B is 40 km per hour, but they are moving opposite to each other. So it means the velocity of B will be negative with respect to A, it will be minus 40 km per hour. What will be the relative velocity of A with respect to B? The relative velocity, cars are moving in opposite direction, it means VA plus VB or V minus VB. So it is 100 km per hour. Time after which the two cars meet. हमें पता है कि relative velocity कितनी है 100 km per hour. So what will be the distance covered? And it is given that the distance of town X is 400 km. So we can say that the time is 400 divided by 100 is 4 hours. Using the formula distance upon time is equals to speed. Now distance from town A at which two cars meet. We have to find the distance from town A. Velocity of A is 60 km per hour and the time after two cars meet is 4 hours. The distance from the town A will be, again using the same formula, S is equals to VA into T is 240 km. Distance from A at which the two cars meet is the 240 km. Now the next question is, a jet aeroplane traveling at the speed of 500 km per hour ejects the burn gases at the speed of 1200 km per hour relative to the jet aeroplane. आपने देखा होगा जब जेट एरोप्लेन मूव करता है तो जिस डायरेक्शन में मूव करता है उसके ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन में क्या होता है, बर्न गैसेस की डायरेक्शन होती है. वी हैव टू फाइंड द स्पीड ऑफ द बर्न गैसेस with respect to a stationary observer on the earth. We have to find the speed of the burned gases. It means if a stationary observer is standing on the earth, to find the speed of the burned gas, to find the relative velocity of burned gases with respect to an observer standing on the earth's surface. Now the solution, we have taken that the velocity of aeroplane with respect to observer is Vj. We have the velocity or the relative velocity of burnt gases with respect to jet aeroplane. Okay, from the question we have the velocity of jet aeroplane is 500 km per hour. It is moving away from the observer. Okay, and VCJ, velocity of burnt gases with respect to jet aeroplane, is 1200 km per hour. It is moving towards the observer on the ground. For motion away from the observer, so we can take it as minus 1200 km per hour. Here we can take Vc is the velocity of burnt gases with respect to an stationary observer. We can use the formula for the relative velocity, that Vcj, the relative velocity of the burnt gases with respect to jet aeroplane, is Vc. It is the velocity of burnt gases with respect to any stationary observer minus velocity of jet aeroplane. On putting the values, we get the value of Vc, or the velocity of burnt gases with respect to stationary observer, is Vcj plus Vj, and Vcj is minus 1200 km per hour and plus Vj is 500 km per hour. By using this, we get Vc is minus 700 km per hour, which is the velocity of burnt gases with respect to stationary observer.